This is an ABC News special report.
Good afternoon. I'm Whit Johnson in New York. We're coming on the air because House Republicans have just delivered a major victory for President Trump, passing his mega spending bill. Final passage coming after an intense pressure campaign from the president, at times even threatening to primary holdout Republicans in both the Senate and the House. There you see Speaker Mike Johnson gaveling that win. He worked around the clock to cross this threshold here. Many of his party's holdouts flipping overnight, ultimately voting yes on the bill. Conservatives and moderates, though, raising some concerns ahead of this vote about cuts to Medicaid, which will cause an estimated 11.8 million Americans to lose their health care. Some also concerned about the price tag, expected to add $3.4 trillion to the debt. President Trump has disputed those estimates. The bill includes more spending for the president's immigration policies and roughly $4 trillion in tax cuts. The bill passing without any Democratic support. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffrey is taking to the floor for what's known as the magic minute. He ended up speaking for more than 8.5 hours, breaking a modern-day record, railing against the bill, warning it will have a devastating impact on millions of Americans. President Trump calling this one of the most consequential bills ever. Let's go to Mary Bruce, our chief White House correspondent, with more. Mary, we know this July 4th deadline was self-imposed by the president. We noted that pressure campaign. Ultimately, only 2 Republicans voted against it. So what did it take to get this over the finish line, and what does this mean for Trump's agenda?
Well, Whit, there is no question this is a massive victory, a huge win for President Trump, by far his biggest legislative victory so far in his second term. But this did not come easy. The president and Speaker Johnson had to put down a Republican revolt. This took a lot of arm twisting, cajoling, and haggling. The president deeply involved himself. He's been working the phones over the last 24 hours, even meeting here at the White House with the holdouts in person. Whit, at one point, he was even handing out Trump merchandise and swag. And of course, the president was willing to give them assurances, especially about, how this bill will be implemented. But he also warned that there would be consequences for any Republicans who opposed this. We have heard him in recent days and weeks say that he would primary anyone who got in the way of his agenda. So those Republicans who voiced concerns, one by one, we saw them caving and falling in line over the last 24 hours, despite many of their objections and concerns over what this bill would do to the debt, the $3.4 trillion it's projected to add to the debt over the next decade. There are concerns about what this would mean for Medicaid recipients, the estimated 11.8 million Americans that could lose their health coverage because of this bill. All of them, except for 2 Republicans, falling in line.